So, with Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster and Lollipop Chainsaw Repop being remakes of some of the greatest zombie games ever from the 360 and PS3 era of gaming. I can't believe how old they are. My god, I'm old. These remakes are awesome, I think. I haven't gotten around to play them yet because I've got too much else in my backlog. And I need to get the rest of the achievements for Dead Rising 1 and Lollipop Chainsaw for 360. But which one should I do first? Decisions. By the title, you already know what it is. Dead Rising 1, for a few reasons. The biggest being, it has, in my opinion, an achievement that is harder than 7 Day Survivor. That's right, and I have less achievements in it. Now, if you can guess what the achievement is that's harder than 7 Day Survivor, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's try to hit 6,000 subscribers. Come on, everyone, we can do it. Now, on to Day 1. Day 1 starts off in a helicopter flying in and... I just can't take this seriously. Just look at what I'm wearing. I just can't take... It's funny, sue me, okay? Now, I'm going to skip this part because there's just no reason to see it twice. Skip it. Now we're here, we have to wait 24 hours for just one achievement. Yup. So I just left the game AFK, did other things like writing the script, eating food. Then eventually it popped. Now it did feel like 7 Day Survivor, because all I was doing was sitting down watching the screen. Except I didn't have to monitor my food. So it's not as hard. But now that achievement's out of the way, we can finally start the game.
Yay!
Don't know why Fluttershy is here again, but she is best pony, lol. Now on to the rest of the achievements, for real this time. New games, 72-hour mode, and... This costume is just ridiculous. I forgot I had this. Now this is pretty much it. Just this whole first thing is a tutorial on taking photos. Which I don't get why you need to do, because you kind of get that later on anyway. But, go through it all. We land on a thing, and this time we get to go inside. And, yeah, just anything you see with the cutscenes of this, just the game becomes so less dramatic. Now, I didn't realize you can pick up the 2 most OP weapons straight away. I thought you had to come back here, then you could pick them up. Oh well. But we go out, and people are telling us to help block the door because of zombies. Even though there's other people standing here doing nothing, and one guy who seems to claim he can take all the zombies on himself. But eventually we find a nice pile of stuff, suspiciously next to a bunch of people who are doing nothing. How come they can't pick it up? Grumble, grumble, grumble. And an old man sees us and somehow recognizes us, even though we have a mask on? I don't get it. But how can... It's okay. Then we learn that in a zombie apocalypse, or any kind of apocalypse, old people should be put down. Then a black guy is yelling at us for some weird reason, and he tells us where to go for safety. Now before we follow him, there is one person I'm going to try to go to. This old mate here's body, surrounded by zombies, has a shotgun. Which if you're first time playing this game, and level 1, I recommend picking up, because it is very useful. Mainly against psychopaths. But the point is, it's useful, okay? Useful. And in the safe room, we get introduced to a few people. The most annoying being Otis, who gives us a walkie-talkie. Which is for an achievement, which could be glitched, or I'm an idiot, or both. Yeah, probably both. Now that we leave, we get to save the 2 easiest survivors in the game. And I do mean that. These 2 are the easiest survivors to save. Why? Because they're on the roof. All you have to do is go to point A, B, then C, and they're done. Continue on, Otis calls, and you're going to learn how annoying his calls get. Trust me. Then after that, we have to go help Brad, because we upset Jessie by pretending to almost hit her, even though she snuck up on us. So it's her fault, but she's blaming us, so we have to go help Brad. Then after helping him, and getting back to the entrance plaza, we get to save... I'm gonna say another easy survivor, because it's only him, no one else. But return him to the safe house. Then we are gonna go deal with Kent. Now, This is all he is pretty much a tutorial on how to take photos. Then he gives us a challenge to take certain kinds of photos, which there's one survivor who's very useful to this. But before getting her, we have to go save Barricade Pair 1 and Barricade Bear 2. Then from those two, we save a Mother Lambert. Her name is Lee and she is useless. You have to carry her to the safe room. But before we do that, I'm going to show you my best friend in the game, the save. And you'll see why it's my best friend in the game in a moment or two. Probably in a moment or two. But after getting them, we go outside to save the survivor I was telling you about who was necessary, Sophie. Now, I think it can be any female, but she's Sophie because she's in a good position. And the reason every so often Frank is rolling is because the controller I was using only temporarily is slightly broken. No idea why. But to deal with these guys a bit quicker, it's sort of best to eliminate the psycho bastard Audi, aka the convicts. Who makes sense to be crazy in this situation because they're convicts. Then we return them. And I'll save, and then you save again straight after, because saving is your best friend in this game. Then we go deal with another psychopath. He's not exactly a hard one, especially with the Mega Buster. He's just your stereotypical American. I mean, look at him. He owns a gun store. He is American. Then we have the survivors that pissed me off. Now, you need a book to communicate with them. Nothing bad there. But it's just... how do I explain it? They are dumb. And by dumb, I mean... I get them safe. They refuse to follow me to a safe place and get killed by zombies, making me legit break my controller in frustration. So I just stopped playing for a week while the new controller came in. Then after them, there's one more survivor to save. And then after he is saved, which I kind of wish you could act like a psychopath trying to save him, because the way he would walk out, you walk into him, he's like begging you not to harm him. So I kind of wish there was like a thing against that. So it's like, yeah, I'm an evil man trying to hurt you. But after him, that is day 1 complete. On to day 2. Day 2 starts off with an extremely tight time limit with what you're supposed to do. First, we have to return to the security room, and we see our good friend, Dr. Barnaby, getting taken away, which then we go there, the entrance plaza is open, we have to rescue him. Then in the process of rescuing him, our friend, Brad, gets shot and injured, because he's a little bitch, so we have to get him some medicine. Quite easy, right? Sort of. And also, this part here is how you go for another achievement, which I wish I did later, but we'll talk about that when I get to it. But we have to go to the supermarket, which is the only part of the game that has no zombies, and I am so fascinated why there's no zombies in here. But this just makes sense why you'd go here for a certain achievement later on. Later. But we're doing it. We deal with Stephen. I said Sean somewhere, I don't know why. And he gives us a pretty cool 300 reference. Reference. Easy to kill, but once you beat him, you return, you see good old girl from the beginning. Then on the way back, try to save 2 survivors known as the Lovers. Took me a while because Tanya is a bitch and just would not go the shortcut way to the safety, which made me reload the save and hopefully get it the second time. Eventually did listen and we returned home back safely. Now I've got a bit of time before the next mission, so save some survivors. I thought I could get another achievement in this time. So I went after one survivor, known as Cliff. Psychopath, known as Cliff. He is, in my opinion, a psychopath you should be able to save, because he makes sense why he turned evil. And from my knowledge, they changed him in Deluxe Remaster, which I disagree heavily on. I disagree on him being changed. Like, I don't understand why he would be changed. He's a veteran from Viet Cong. And from my knowledge, they changed that. Instead of saying Viet Cong or call you a communist, they take that out. I'm not sure. But when you beat him, he explains what happened. and how he has some people trapped and you can go save them. So you go save them. But in the process of trying to save them, I realized I just don't have the time to get them back and save a few other survivors in the process because they're being assholes. Like, I mean, look at Rich. He's crawling like a baby. So I reloaded a save and dealt with it a bit differently. Went to save the coward, but in the process I saved who I like to call the sluts. Now, why do I call them that? I mean, just look at when you just find them. Just look at how many zombies are surrounding her. Like, she's just begging for attention. But use a queen to save her and a friend is safe. Return them to the safe house, then go deal with the coward. He legit is just a coward. All you have to do is bully him a bit. Then you return him, which then leads us to the professor's past. After finding out the professor's backstory, decide to return and try to deal with the Hatchet Man. But before that, have to save Chubbs McKenzie. He just loves food. He's fat. Simple as that. He eats food. Then after getting him, because you have to feed him, you have to save him no matter what, because he's used his need for another achievement. Got to go deal with Kent. He looks at your photo and he's like, "You're an asshole, mate. You're good, so I'm going to get you better." So I've got to go back and deal with him again, which is fine. There were Chubbs McKenzie following me. I can finally deal with Cliff and save those survivors, which this time went a bit easier. Okay, not easier, as they were still assholes sometimes and wouldn't go to where I tell them to go, which leads to frustration. But that's what this game struggled with. But, you know, just deal with that later. Then when they're back, the cult appear. The cult are pretty simple to deal with, honestly. It's only one move they have that's a bit annoying, because in the process I was trying to go for a different one. And I was thinking maybe I'd go for the achievement here, but then I realized it's a bit too difficult to go for that achievement here because I don't have the essential people. So I did it differently. I returned Jennifer, had a save, then went after the next few survivors. One of them, I still don't get how they got on top of the giant rabbit. Well, two of them, I don't get it. But save those two, then deal with the worst psychopath in the game, Fat Lizzo. And I do mean Fat Lizzo, because just look at her. She's, well, not Fat Lizzo, she'd be White Lizzo. She's pretty much Lizzo in a white girl's body. Now, what's interesting here is if you go to Wonderland Plaza, leave, you'll only have one save, one survivor. I found that out the very first time I played this game as a kid, and I was so confused why I couldn't figure out. I was like, wait, where are these survivors? I didn't get it. Then I think a friend told me it's because you can't leave when above the law spawns, and I'm like, oh. So we're going to actually skip a bit of her because it is a bit disgusting what she does. She's pretty easy to kill, and it's hinted that she's sexually abusing the girls you have to save. But once you get all them back, which as you can see is annoying, but it's not annoying because I need 8 for 1 or 2 achievements. So imagine trying to deal with 8 of them for 2 achievements. Once we return them, took a while, finally finished the bit more of the main story, which involves our good friend Isabella, and she's on a motorcycle. After helping her, she talks over, she's like, "I'll see you later tonight." Okay, so we've now got some time. Let's go save some more survivors. And next is survivors where I didn't save for quite a while. And then when I died in the process, I got real mad. The Sniper Gang. Probably the easiest psychopaths in the game to kill, the Sniper Gang. Because my knowledge in the Deluxe Remaster, if you kill all but Jack, because he was like the one who didn't, no, Thomas, he didn't really want to shoot you. He actually survives, I heard, if I'm correct. Pretty cool finding that when I actually played the game. But eventually you defeat them, save these guys, but old mate Wayne wanted to be an arsehole and not move, which caused me to lose a survivor and I had to reload a save, which I didn't have. So I had to replay up to this point because I didn't save. Really annoying. So I did it slightly differently. I saved all the ones on the floor first, then dealt with the top level, and slowly walked back. And we have to deal with a mutiny when we return to the safe house, which I'll get more onto later because there's no point talking about them now. And once these guys are back, the mutiny is averted, which is just give Chubbs McKenzie a little bit of food because he's like, "You see, I'm a big bloke. We need lots of food." He's like, "No, mate, you can go a day without pie. I won't kill him." But it's 2025. The fat people love to be accepted as being fat. You can't tell them to lose weight because they're crybabies. That's right, I said it. And with that, day 2 is complete. On to the final day. Now, funny enough, while waiting for this to spawn, I could have gone for some other achievements, but I chose not to. I just chose to wait. Legit, I sat in the area you must wait for Isabella to spawn for hours in game. I'm not joking. Then when she does finally spawn, I do something very controversial. I let her die. You might be thinking, okay, why did you do that? Well, let's go back to day 2. Turns out, when I went in there at 6 AM, I was actually supposed to wait for a call from Jesse. Because that's part of the transmission achievement. So I decided, okay, we'll use this and go for the hardest achievement, which everyone should know. It's the Saint achievement, in my opinion, is the hardest achievement in this game to get. And I will stand by that, because it's very, very annoying with all the survivors. So, once Isabella's dead, main story doesn't happen anymore. I just let her die. All I have to do is save survivors. First one, Kindle, who I originally would call a good survivor, but I kind of changed my mind now because he's an arsehole at times. Like, he has a shotgun, yes, but he doesn't really like to use it too well. Like he's better than the other gun survivors you got to save. After Kindle, we deal with the cult finally, which is Sean. Funny enough, that's my name, so I'm in the game. Hooray! I had to say that joke. But killed him quite easily, then save a big group of survivors. But before I save them, I decided to deal with the members of the cult that are alive. Just so when they leave, we have a bit more, we only have zombies to deal with. Now this group here was the reason I quit playing the game as a kid for the first time. Because I couldn't get all of them back without a single one dying, so I quit playing because it pissed me off. So I'm doing this solely for one reason, and that is for the Saint achievement. That's why it's so hard, because survivors are just absolute dumb pricks. And without queens, it's just frustrating. I'm just going to show a bit of me trying to return this group, because I can't describe trying to get them back. And we get virtually who would be me in this game, Gil. Save him. It's a zombie apocalypse. He's nothing better to do. So what's he doing? He's getting drunk. Like anyone should do. Like legit, he's just sitting here drinking wine. But he's had that much, you have to carry him back. Return him, easy peasy. Then we're going to go save a few more hidden survivors, which only spawn if you deal with Cliff. But they kind of suck because you go in there, they'll immediately shoot you. And if you don't get out quick enough or low level, they can kill you. But then they're like, wait, he seemed like he was a human. Then they want to leave, but you're like, look, here's proof we can leave. They're like, yep, sweet, let's go. Then you take them back. They have guns, so realistically speaking, they should be fine. No. They are pricks. The girl more than the other guy. They just, no matter what, they get caught by zombies. They have guns and they just can't kill zombies. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I just don't know what went wrong.
Once they're back, go save the only psychopath you can actually save in this game. Because each Dead Rising game, there's one psychopath you can save. In this one, you save good old Paul, who, honestly, he doesn't really seem like a psychopath. He's more like the world just collapsed around him and he's struggling to cope with what's going on. Like, he's trying to survive and he doesn't know if he's doing the right thing. It's pretty much what it's like when you save him. He's like, look, I'm sorry. He legit apologizes. It's so cool. But I've saved him. I can save a few others. I can save the sick man, Leroy. He doesn't seem too sick. Granny, who is very slow. But the good thing is with the shortcut unlocked, you get them back slightly quicker. And with the save feature, it doesn't matter if they're pricks or not. Get them back, and then just had to wait for Kent to get his thing, which led to him trying to infect someone because he wanted to prove himself to be the best photographer. Kill him, save his mate, Tad, and that's virtually all survivors I can technically save. There's still like another mutiny, Kindle's mutiny, which I'll go a bit more detail later, only necessary for one thing. But besides that, that's virtually it. Legit, while waiting to the end, so now I have to get transmission area, I have to do another playthrough. So I was legit like, okay, I'll take photos of who's in which room so I can get ready, because for transmission area to spawn, like the mutinies to spawn, you need to have the said survivor. There's only 2 real mutinies, Kindle and what's his name, Ronald, Chubbs McKenzie. Chubbs is for food, Kindle's because he thinks he can leave. The other is Gil, but Gil's just like, mate, bring some wine. Just like give people wine to have a few drinks to calm down. So he's not a bad guy. So only save those survivors, which makes the game honestly much easier. And there is one more that is technically for transmission area, but I can't save her here. It's Simone, because she's been bitten, so I can't really save her. So I just kill her. She took a lot of shots with Mega Buster before she died, and that's every survivor. Just gotta wait till the end of the game. Now, I did go for some of the photo PP stickers. Couldn't get all of them, because I didn't know where they all were. So I just did all the photos, waited, then eventually, I got me Transmission Area achievement. Transmission Area, Saint achievement. I was very happy to finally get this achievement. Because if you beat the game, then try to go for it afterwards, you can't actually get it. Because it just continues on New Game Plus mode. It goes on to the next day. So with that done, it goes to the next ones. The few achievements I'm missing. Let's go. So with the hardest achievement, Dead Rising 1 complete. And I do state that. It's time for, not the hardest one, but one I thought was glitch but isn't glitch. And just need it. Transmission Area achievement. So basically all I did is legit restart the game and just had to get calls from Otis. Now, I did save only a few people. Why only a few? Because they were necessary. Then I did put on some clothes to try to go for another achievement. The only non-essential survivor I did save was Greg, only because the shortcut is perfect. Just that shortcut is a lifesaver.
Yeah.
And also decided to go for Sharp Dresser, which I completely forgot I did. Because it's sort of good to do something in between. I followed a guide for this. Then after Sharp Dresser, which isn't too difficult, just put on some clothes, like, you know, I'm a sassy bitch. Decided to eat some of the food. Try to get that achievement out of the way. Can't remember what it's called, but also involves getting calls from Otis. Now, you go to the supermarket because you get 90% of what you need. Now, I should have done this during the boss fight, because there's no zombies in here. I'm being brutally honest, there's no zombies. I wish I followed the guide. Yeah, followed the guide and actually did this with no zombies in it, because it would be much easier. But ate as much food as possible, saved good old Davo, because he's Davo. And everyone loves Davo, right? Then just waited for the calls to come through. Eventually we get the call to go save Dr. Barnaby and Brad gets shot again. But this time I do something slightly different. I decide to try to get Frank's Pimp achievement, which is a bit annoying. Frank the Pimp achievement? Bit annoying only because there's just so much involved in trying to get it. Like, I need 8 survivors, so I decided, okay, I'll save 8 female survivors. So I had a few saves, and I'm thinking, I have a good idea what to do here, which required a lot of reloading, a lot of just killing and reloading and questioning what to do. So in the end, what I had to do this is, every non-female survivor that spawned, I had to kill, including Ross. Kind of felt sorry for him, but I had no choice to kill every non-female survivor for this achievement. It was a pain in the ass, but eventually I got it. After a lot of reloading and just ignoring the main missions, getting the survivors, like, okay, you stay here, I'll go kill this person while I get that. This was quite annoying as well, because I tried to do it all together, when in reality, I should have just gone for one at a time instead of, I should have saved, done this achievement, then reload, get the other achievement. But I didn't do that, because I'm an idiot. I'm not joking. But eventually, I just did it, saved all the females, ignored the main story, and the achievement eventually popped. After a lot of rage, because I got caught by the cult, because that's me the final female. Now, I didn't get caught intentionally. It was a complete accident I got caught. But when I saved Jennifer, before she even officially joined, the achievement popped. The moment she talked, the achievement popped. Virtually. See? Frank the Pimp and 2 for 40 game score. That's right. Then, well, now there's 2 achievements left. And one of them is actually glitched. And it's not what you would expect. You'll see. So then after that, just kept going for calls and saving certain survivors for, as we say, for the mutinies, because you need the mutinies because they classify as calls from Otis. So I had to save Chubbs McKenzie. Now, you don't know who Chubbs McKenzie is. He is Ronald. He's a fat cunt. And I'll call him that because that's what he is. He's fat. And again, he bitches about not enough food. And it's like, bro, you are fat. You don't need food. And he's like, brother, look at me. I am fat. I need food because it's body positivity. And I'm like, bro, body positivity is for people who are too lazy to work out. But you give him food, stops your mutiny. 2 more mutinies, which is Kindle, who, honestly, Kindle's understandable, his mutiny. He's just like, bro, we want to leave. This time I save Isabella and bring Kindle back with. And this is where Kindle is a bit of a prick. He doesn't like to follow, and he's almost killed before I even return him. But the good thing is, with Kindle being saved, is if technically a few more I need to save. And eventually, after doing the story, saving only the essentials, like Cheryl instead of all of them, because she's all I need, you get good old Floyd calling saying, bro, give us some wine, which in my opinion, I'll still say is the best call you can get in the game, because it's the most realistic situation. Like, imagine he's an old man saying, look, these guys, let's give him a drink. And it's like, yeah, fucking oath, mate, give him a drink. So basically, you just keep going until you get all the calls, which takes not too long, you just got to keep going. Then eventually, all that's done, all the mutinies are done, because Cheryl just is like, take some photos of me because I'm pretty. Paul is like, bro, please, just, we don't want any issues. Please, just, can we get over it and just forgive me? That's legit. Paul is, please forgive me. I'm not joking. My personal favorite mutiny when you get called for is the girl who's bitten. Because when you get a call from her, she's just like, bro, give me a gun. And it's like, whoa, 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 why do you want a gun? And she's like, in case I don't make it, I want to kill myself so we don't infect anyone. But the thing is, I didn't realize, I think you have to do Floyd, Kindle, and Ronald's mutiny. I believe? I'm going to say I believe, because otherwise it won't work. Because these two, you've got the call for Paul and the call for the zombie girl, and it just popped. The moment they came, it popped. Didn't even have to do their mutiny. But I did find a glitch. If you go too far away from Isabella, like, you get to a part before she gets there, it will stop her from spawning. I went all the way to her jamming devices, because I beat the game. She wasn't there. So that's fun. But after getting Isabella there, it didn't take long for the final achievement, for this achievement to pop. Because only a few people needed their thing, which did involve saving good old Carlito from a character I don't get why he was changed. Like, I don't get why he was changed in the Deluxe Remaster. I mean, look at Larry. Just look how happy he is. So then, reloaded for the final achievement, which is just to take photos. This took a long time, because so each time I got the final achievement, the only game that technically saved was when I got all the survivors. Which means all the photos up to that point registered. And when going through certain photos, it didn't show PP thing, so I googled a lot, so I waited, and waited, and waited. Be picked up for the game to be done. The scoop failed, the truth is hidden forever, reloaded. And within 5 minutes of the final reload, legit 5 minutes into it, got my final PP sticker, which ironically enough was in Wonderland Plaza. And it was Ratman 2. No, Mega Man 2. I am so happy this game is perfected. It's a great game. Don't get me wrong, I love Dead Rising 1. It's a brilliant game. But yeah, as I said, the hardest achievement in this game is definitely Saint achievement. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. Peace out.